I am Dr. Gyaneshwari Prasad from United Kingdom. I've been working there for several years as a consultant physician. I have been to Delhi several times. I have spoken a couple of times. I'm very thankful to Priya and Anil for inviting me to speak on a very serious subject. I'm also very thankful to SWAMI DHARAMDAS DARBAR. I have spoken on this subject, which is a very serious subject, about 2 years ago, and the subject was essence of divinity. Today I am revisiting the subject. Perhaps I am trying to discover what is divinity, and we are all going to discover today what is divinity. Well, I feel that God and divinity existed for billions and billions ago years, and we don't know. We cannot trace the time. It is timeless. It is infinite. It started before creation, 14 billion years ago. Universe came into existence, and God existed before. There is a lot of theory, Big Bang theory, and so on. Don't get involved with it. I think this is going to confuse you. I feel that we started worshipping God simply to protect ourselves. If you go back to early civilization, we had a very tough period. We had a natural disaster, fire, flood, everything on the earth. And we thought that somebody is creating something, he's unhappy or happy, and they started worshipping. And I think the God word was coined by us. He's almighty, has got no name, no form. And what we did, we started worshipping nature. We started worshipping tree, mountain, sky, fire, so on. I feel the greatest problem is that we are in fear. We have got a lot of fear. We are frightened of dying, first thing. We all like to be immortal. We don't want to die. We don't want to lose anything what we have acquired. So anything we have acquired, we want to preserve it. So that's another fear. So fear is an issue that will never go from our life. So long there is a fear, there would be, this kind of culture. But God has been existing for years and years. There's no point tracing Him. I think it would be completely useless and worthless to get into it. Just believe in God. A lot of people are atheists, they don't believe in it. Don't worry, I think every atheist believes in God ultimately, because he is also frightened. Now, what I am trying to say, that what happened, that we started worshipping God, which is, what we call paganism, and then what happened, that different form started, I'm giving you a few, what you call, ornamental words for that. One is monotheism, one is polytheism. What is monotheism? When you worship one God. What is polytheism? When you worship too many gods in crores. There is nothing wrong with worshipping God. Ultimately, you start worshipping one God. I give you one example that we worship Rama, Krishna, Allah, Jesus, and all, But we don't worship Rama because he was very handsome. He had, what you call arrow and bow and beautiful eyes. We worship Rama for his essence. So today I am talking essence of divinity. Now I am coming to my subject. So we worship Ramatva. We are not worshipping Rama. We don't worship Krishna because he used to play very beautifully, his flute, and Gopi used to come and there was Rasleela. We worship Krishna for Krishna. When Krishna comes, most of the people start remembering the Mahabharata when he was talking to Arjuna. Gita immediately comes to us. So ultimately, Krishna spoke through Gita. All the incarnations have got essence, tattva. Now, this is the one aspect that essence of divinity is going to cover. But there are more than that. Things started becoming complicated. Today I was discussing, with Priya also, and I was asking, tell me, I think that statue puja started during Gupta period, Samudragupta, which was 400 AD. Then I came to know, and I was not sure, it started long time ago, about 3000 before Christ, during what you call Sindhu Ghati civilization. And during that time, also Murti Puja started. Maybe the Lord Shiva had been worshipped since then. So could be Lord Shiva had been worshipped for last 3,000, 4,000 years. I was reading a book in England actually, and he said that he had been being worshipped only for last 1,000 or more than 1,000 years ago, which I don't think it is right. So he had been worshipped. When I talk about Shiva, I will definitely tell you about 3 names: Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Shiva is one of them. Brahma is supposed to be creator. Vishnu is supposed to be preserver or sustainer, who sustains. And Shiva is going to be not destroyed, wrong word. Shiva only eliminates what is not wanted. So you have to change when it comes to destruction. He never destroys anything. And in medical science also, I am a doctor, there is always removal and formation. Bone is formed, muscle is formed, cells are formed, they are being destroyed every minute, a new cell is being produced. Even science approves it. Now, so I'm just giving you how did the statue puja start. And the statue puja continued. There's nothing wrong with the polytheism or monotheism, controversy. It is not going to help you. Nothing wrong with the, worshipping too many statues also, too many gods. If you take a diamond, you start cutting, and more you cut, diamonds becomes more shiny, isn't it? Start shining. So multifaceted diamond is more beautiful than one facet. So sometimes facet is important, but be careful. Ultimately, the one God is important. You have to achieve that. And I also believe God is formless. So, and He has got no guna, supposed to be nirguna. So I tell you what is nirguna and what is nirakar. Now, nirakar, one doesn't have form. So God doesn't have form. God only manifests for you. He has got power to manifest. And when He manifests, then He becomes sakar. Do you understand it? So sakar means the figure comes when He wants to come down. Now, incarnation is another confusing word. God has come on the earth. He has incarnated. Incarnate. He has taken avatars. Why does He take avatars? It's not only because the demonic problems are there. He is going to kill them and all. We are human beings. We cannot assess and understand God. So to understand, to be understood, He comes on the earth in human form. This is my theory. He comes for us in human form. So He descends for us. If He ascends, He is out of reach. If He descends, it is within your reach. So avatar vad is very simple, that He comes to us to be understood. Now, the thing is that people go and they worship God in Himalayas and 1,000 years worshipping and all. A lot of rituals. I am not opposed to it. But I always talk in different way. When you go to see your parents, your mother, father, you don't do a drama. That this ritual, that ritual. Mother comes to you and you run to mother. When you want to see your father, he runs to you. So he is our mother and father. He doesn't need any drama. He doesn't need any ritual. You can see him just now. He's trying to see you, but you're not allowing him to be seen. We call different things as a Maya, illusion, and this and that. And you are getting, producing what you call a shell between you and him. And because of that, some theories came. I'm developing now gradually, so it's not very heavy, I hope. Now, the one is Advaitavad. Advaitavad. Advait means there is nothing but God, and you are also God. You are also God, and God is God Himself. He is a Param Brahma. Shankaracharya came and he discussed a lot about Advaitavad. And Shankaracharya, I think 700 AD, Shankaracharya might have come. After tracing his history, he was a great man. I have got no courage to talk anything against anything. I'm not that advanced. But one thing I must say today, and I have been talking this thing again and again, I have talked in London also, that Advaitavad that asks you to say that Shivoham, I am Shiva, Aham Brahmasmi, I am God. It's very frightening. Try to become first a better human being before you become God. You can become God if you improve. Now, second thing came, Vishisht Advaitavad. Ramanuj postulated that. Vishisht Advaitavad says that you are not God. You are part of God. This I agree. Do you understand that? You are part of God. You are a broken entity. Today I was coming from airport to Priya place, to Banji place, Anil place, and there was this bhajan, Prabhuji tu chandan mein pani. And when I heard that, I said, God, this is the theme of my lecture. What's the existence of chandan, the sandalwood, without water? You cannot put to your guru sandalwood without water. So, tu chandan mein pani is Vishisht Advaitavad. So we are broken entity. If you are a broken entity, you will be always unhappy unless you meet the origin. That's the reason we are unhappy. I'm going to speak some more. I'm sorry if anything goes longer. But why we are unhappy? We are unhappy because we have created unhappiness in our life. Collection of, status, money, this, that, attachment. We don't want to lose them. And what lacks in the process of doing that? I think you all know if I ask you, but I'm not going to stress this question and I would answer. What we lack here is love. Once you have got love, you will not master yourself. Love would allow you to part with it also. I think that love is the only way that you can achieve moksha, mukti. There is no other way. When you start loving your mother, father, your brother, that is love. When you start loving God, that becomes bhakti. The same love becomes bhakti when you worship, when you love God. Water has got two element, H2O, two hydrogen, one oxygen. Whether it is in well or it is in sea. So same love is bhakti, same love is love. Love gives you freedom. That's very important. The third thing came, is very important, is Dvaitavad. Most of us here are Dvaiti. You are a bhakta, and there is your God, isn't it? God is Rama, God is Allah, bhakta is Gyaneshwari Prasad, and all are bhakta sitting here. But that is the easiest way. And here there is a chance to do bhakti. And even Lord Krishna says, if I am correct, that this is the easiest path. So he also says karma yoga. He had this test. He said, Arjun, you take your Gandhi, bow and arrow, do your work, you are a Kshatriya. This is your karma. I have killed them all. You are going to kill. So, karma has been also stressed. Now we talk very, very serious thing, the law of karma. I think I am trying to make the thing complicated a bit, I am sorry. The law of karma. Law of karma doesn't mean that you run away from Delhi, run away from Hazaribagh and London and go to Himalaya, don't do anything. More karma you do, there is a mistake. You can do mistakes, you can do good things. Isn't it? So what is the answer? Offer your karma to God. Offer your karma to God. If once you start offering karma to God, you won't do much wrong, because you would not offer God wrong things. Other things people ask when I was sitting in a meeting, have you got a free will or we are controlled by God? I believe that you have got a free will. God would never take your karma. He asks you to do the things because that karma is going to create your, next life, your fortune, what you call your horoscope, if you believe in it. It's all based on your karma. He is not responsible. He is very clever. He is away from your karma. But it is very important that one thing I am telling you, he is always behind you and he is stopping you. This is wrong. Whenever we do anything wrong, I feel and everybody feels that your heart tells you don't do it. So when it comes, don't do it, that means God is telling us not to do it. So there is always a control. But we have got free will. Now further you move it, we are producing cobweb ourselves. Just like a spider in cobweb. More and more he wants to get away, more cobweb he produces, and he's into it. Then my next theory comes is a caterpillar. I was a student of botany, and before I became a doctor. And I noticed that caterpillar is a complete animal. It has got leg, it has got respiratory system, it has got everything. Caterpillar. Very beautifully caterpillar walks. Suddenly caterpillar thinks that he can further advance. And when he thinks he can further advance, he loses his caterpillar existence. And then what he becomes? Butterfly. So to become butterfly, caterpillar has to lose this caterpillar entity. Now, I am coming very close to soul now here. He has lost his body, but caterpillar is a butterfly. So soul is the one we start talking a lot, and I think that this understanding of soul is very much here, in Eastern world, India, around. To my knowledge, if I am not incorrect, I think in Gita, what did he say? He said, I am elephant in animals, isn't it? And also in Rishi, what he said, I am Sankhya Darshan. In Rishi, I am Kapil Muni. And be careful that there were two Kapil Munis. The one Kapil Muni that Krishna said, I am Muni in Kapil. He was a different Kapil, and that I think he was the Kapil who was the first to discuss in detail soul. Soul. And soul has been discussed by Krishna anyway with Arjun. And then he says, nothing can cut, nothing can burn. I'm not very good student of Sanskrit, so I'm not going to try. I'm sorry. So it can't be destroyed. Soul can't be destroyed. It's only body that leaves us. Body has to change. And here I go to caterpillar. Caterpillar has lost the caterpillar body to become butterfly. I think the botany, the geology sorry, I said botany. Geology is a subject that is giving a training here. So well, the concept of soul has come here, but in Greek mythology, Plato is supposed to understand. They were very advanced. I'm talking essence of divinity, so I'm going to Greece also, from Indiana. Plato, Socrates, and Aristotle, they were giant philosophers. You must read them. And Plato said, I have seen my last lives. I have come to the earth, I am going to come. Plato was very advanced. And he possibly talked self, but people started talking that he has talked soul. I can't say yes or no. So soul has been discussed by India, Bharatvarsh, that time they called, isn't it? Bharatvarsh was the original name, So in Bharat, soul existed. Now the important thing is that immortality is the one of the issue that we always discuss. Are we immortal? Possibly majority people say we are not immortal. I personally find that we cannot reach soul that easily. To me, don't know when to reach soul, when to see soul. For ordinary human being, soul is not accessible. So every life that you get, you're going to live, you won't remember. I may be wrong, because most of the philosopher and the guru says that you are not dying, but we are dying also. But I give you hope that death is obsolete at cosmic level. At cosmic level, death is obsolete. Death doesn't exist in cosmic level. In the spiritual world, we don't die. There are, world beyond and six planes and all, lot of stories, and we move around and we come back. But there is a chance of moksha, immortality. I think immortality can be equated to moksha, isn't it? That time there won't be life and death. So you can think anything, Is it possible to be liberated while you are living in a physical body? Arvind Ghosh said, it is possible to be liberated, possible to have mukti while living in physical body. Arvind Ghosh in Pondicherry, his ashram is there. He says it is possible. I think he said once you get detached, fearless, you don't have any illusion, you are liberated. So you don't have to leave the physical body to be liberated. So this is I think what I try to cover, is essence of divinity is not easy subject. For that you have to trace from beginning. Now let us see, is religion liberty the same thing? It is nearly same. I would say religion is the path to divinity. Just it is a path. The religions, isn't it? Hindu religion, Islam, Christianity, they are all different paths. One thing is very central to all religion is the theme of love. We all talk about love. And love is the theme that is a common thread between all religion. When you go to a garden, you find a lot of flowers, and they are smiling, roses and this and that. But they feel their existence worth when you produce a garland and put on the god, neck. To produce a garland, you need a thread. I think thread is the love. So in garland, these flowers go in united way. So if you see, so there are problems, isn't it? That Sakar, Nirakar, Dvaita, Advaita and all. The three religions are known to be Abrahamic religion, if I am correct. They are, Christianity, Islam and Judaism. They are Abrahamic religion. One cover. can say. You can classify them. Abraham was father figure. I have read a bit, but I'm not going to get into that. And almost the same way Abrahamic religion developed. The natural way it developed into three religions. Now, the other religions came, Buddhism and Jainism and all, isn't it? Lord Buddha, he saw illness, he saw everything, he left his house, he wandered around and he was nearly dying in Gaya, under the Bodhi tree, and then some girl comes, the villager, and gives him some kind of pudding, rice pudding. Buddha could have died. The girl saved him. So his nirvana didn't come through any big thing. He was saved by a village girl, and then he was got enlightened. So I think that was the way Buddha got enlightened. So you have to save your body. If body doesn't live, then nothing would happen. He's supposed to be atheist, but I don't think. He has not talked about God. It doesn't mean that he was atheist. He has talked more or less Upanishad, and other things. There is a bit of confusion. Jainism also, people say that they have not talked about God. They did not need to talk about God, maybe. But I don't believe that there is any atheistic element in those religions. We all talk about, what do you call? I was listening to lectures, isn't it? In Swami Chairman and Mission, Jagat, Jivan, Brahm, isn't it? I think three things. Jagat, Jivan, Brahm, you make a triangle, and everything moves. Jagat means world, Jiv means Jiva, and Brahm. And when you don't believe in it, it becomes Shunyavad or something. I can't understand. There's no room for Shunyavad, because there will be all three things.